Hi, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the wonderful show of What Else is Possible. I'm Karen Palmer. I am your host, and this is a wonderful channel called Spirituality Gone Wild. I'm honored to be here to share with you. This channel is dedicated to raising the levels of gratitude, joy, compassion, love, kindness, and peace on earth. And I get to bring you some of the most incredible people in the world who are answering this question: what else is possible? How can we have a more kind and peaceful world that works for all of us? This incredible woman that I'm bringing in right now is going to inspire you in so many different ways to be part of that we consciousness, to inspire, to inform, and to involve. The three I's that make a we. That's the power of going from me to we. And a we society is all about what's in it for all of us. And that's what this show is all about. We dedicate this show to the legacy of the amazing Barbara Marx Hubbard, who answered that question all of her life. What else is possible? And this show, like I said, is all about helping us to really get involved by getting involved in initiatives, learning about ways that we can be part of the solution to helping to create a kinder and more peaceful world. So my guest today is my dearest and most wonderful friend, been an incredible mentor to me for 2 years now. She is the founder of KindnessEvolution, and she will inspire us to have kindness all of our life. Wendi has been researching the kindness space in America for over 5 years now, based on the wealth of data that she has amassed, in addition to key relationships within the nationwide network she organized and positioned to power our national kindness evolution nonprofit sectors, and has the passion for a big vision grounded in practical plan for making a massive positive impact in our nation and ultimately our world. So welcome, my dear, beautiful friend, Wendi Gilbert.
Thank you, my dear. Nice to see you, Karen, and thank you for all your beautiful words. Thank you.
Oh, I love to edify people, because I think that it's so important that we tell people while they're in our lives how much of a difference they make in our life. And I know that this show is going to be really your opportunity to do that too. But I want to just tell you, when I first heard about Kindness Evolution and I heard about the kindness conference that you were putting together, I was so inspired by your work that I reached out to you, just cold called you, and basically invited myself and said, I really believe that I have something that could really help this this movement grow. And I was really excited when you said, yeah. And then you went to my website and you really were very honest. And you said, it's just too busy, Karen. I really want you to settle in on what it is that you really bring to the table. And when you did that, I sat down and I really took a good look at everything, and I started to clarify and get clarity on what do I bring to the table. And it was so powerful, Wendi. It was life-changing for me. And it really brought me to this place in the world where I saw my own worthiness and I saw my own credibility, and then it was mirrored back to me in the world. And that was when we actually got to meet in person in Half Moon Bay in California in 2018 for the Kindness Conference. So let's just explore just for a few minutes. I want you to just kind of give me a little backstory of how the Kindness Conference was inspired through you. And then what was the work that you were doing why did you get involved in kindness? And why did you feel that kindness was important enough for there to be a research project for that?
Yeah, thank you. Well, first, just let me backtrack and say, when you introduced yourself to me, I was blown away by how many different organizations you are ambassadors for, social media manager. You are always championing everyone that's out there. And so you, like I, believe in the power of collaboration. And that's one of the sure foundations of Kindness Evolution, is that so much more is possible with collaboration. So this journey started, my kids were in first grade and preschool, and I started to bring in a kindness project once a year on a day. It was called Make a Difference Day. And it started out really small. You know, it was just one thing where I would go in and read books about kindness or talk to the little ones about kindness, but it grew and it grew and it grew. And every year on Make a Difference Day, we would engage the kids in bigger and bigger projects. And what happened was, over the years, I was just on all these newsletter lists, and I would get an inspiring quote from this one, and I would get a kindness idea from this one. And you could be a Ractivist through Random Acts of Kindness Foundation, an activist, or you could be an ambassador. And what started happening, Karen, is that my mailbox was just full of all of these people and all these organizations that were involved in kindness. And I started thinking, I don't know if anyone even knows about each other. So I started an internship program, and I got to tell you, I'm on intern number 15. So intern number 15 starts in a few weeks, and they've been just so wonderful in terms of doing research and getting the data into the system and keeping tabs of all the social media channels. And once I had amassed a list of 70 organizations whose sole mission was to do nothing but bring more kindness to the world, that's when I realized that it was time to produce an event and get everybody in person together. So the 70 organizations, I mean, really, who knew? Random Acts of Kindness, Think Kindness, Kindness Matters, Choose Kindness, Vote Kindness, Charter of Compassion, Spirituality Gone Wild. I mean, just on and on and on and on. So we produced an event. It was 2 years ago, as Karen said, and 26 leaders of kindness organizations flew in across the country, and we gathered together in Half Moon Bay, California, with the sole mission to answer this challenge question, which is, what's possible when we all collaborate for greater good? And so much of beautiful things have come out of that weekend. And we launched a unified initiative about bullying prevention. And what's possible when we all come together is we raise our voice, we raise the reach, and we succeed in our mission, which is that more kindness is out in the world and that people are more aware of kindness. So that's a little bit of the backstory. What next?
Well, I'm taking us over to the website here.
Oh. Wow, there we are. Look at that. Yeah. So those are just some of these organizations. And then, Karen, if you click the link above some of those pictures, although I'd love for people to see that visual as well. And then you can get to the list, because now it's a couple of years later, 2 years later, since the kindness symposium. And so now the list is 160 organizations. Wow. Yeah, 160. And so much is possible. Are you still sharing?
No, I'm going back. I'm coming back to us.
Okay. And then this time, you know, of being locked down and coronavirus and all of the implications just keep on spreading wider and wider. And the kindness community has really stepped up, and they're just doing incredible things. And I was so excited that you invited me to be on the show, because it is inspiring to know how much is going on and what people are doing.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and you talked about there's some the Bully Prevention Month was something that I was very much involved in 2018, and really was excited about all the resources that are available. So I've put the link in here right on the screen, kindnessevolution.org. Oops, I forgot to put .org. Let me go back here and fix it. So it's kindnessevolution.org, everybody. And if you go to kindnessevolution.org, there are so many awesome resources that are there that you can gather for yourself and for your families, and there's so many wonderful, incredible, inspiring research that Wendi has done with all of her interns,
Yeah.
and it's so powerful. It just really, you could spend a whole day just being so inspired by
Mm.
all the kindness that is happening in
Yeah.
our world. And so that's something that I wanted to talk about a little bit. If there's something that you want to share, because October is Bully Prevention Month, right?
Yes, yes. It's definitely, there's so many resources that are on the site. If you go to Unified Initiative, we have lots of downloadable activities and resources and articles, and certainly to get involved in October with that. And so many of the organizations are going to be standing behind that, especially the ones of the 160 that you see on the website, the ones that are specifically involved with bullying, no bullying, and bullying prevention. What I also have just been struck by over the last couple of months is how many kindness organizations are stepping up to provide resources for teachers. And you were mentioning that there's an app that you are involved in, and I wanted you to follow up after I just spoke about. There's, Random Acts of Kindness Foundation, who, I mean, they are just an amazing organization, and all of their programs are free. And
Yeah.
they recently came out with, they have a new high school program. So they've always had K through 5 and 6 through 8, but they just came out with a series for high school kids, which is really great. And their whole thing is make kindness the norm.
Yes.
And so it's not just random anymore. It really has to be intentional acts of kindness.
Yes. I love that.
And then there's a couple of my associates in the kindness community that have been doing some really great things. Dina Krager for Choose to Be Nice. They just came out with a whole new curriculum for digital learning. And Charter of Compassion, they, given the fact that people aren't necessarily gathering right now for in-person events, they're doing all of these global read programs. They're gathering youth together to have listenings. So if anyone is listening and they just want to go on the site and just cruise through all of those organizations, they're all live links. You can click them, you can see what they're doing. And a lot of them will have on their homepage really what they're stepping up to right now, given the what's going on in our world right now. I wanted to talk about two other things. There's an initiative that has just been designed, and it's finally going public, called #VoteKindness. And what's wonderful about that is that what they're saying is, it's one thing for someone to have political experience, or there's another if you believe in their politics. But what about voting candidates that are kind and compassionate? To have that be just as important as what they're going to do out there in the world once they're elected. What about their humanity? What about their values? #VoteKindness. And I really like that, because what it's saying is, let's just ramp that up and make sure that we're voting for our leaders who have that, because that's what we're going to need going forward. So there's that. And then the other is the Girl Scouts of America. And I've recently learned a whole lot more about them. And they have been in existence since 1864. And so they are just rooted in whole girl development from the very, very beginning. And so with everything that's going on with separation, people not being able to be socially engaged, and so much social media, our young girls and women really need a place where they know their value. So the Girl Scouts of America, it's interesting, you know, they sometimes you can just picture the green and the badge and you don't really know how much of a history has been there. So I put that out there as a resource. Just, you know, if there's folks that have young girls, it's a really wonderful foundation on humanity and values and honoring and respecting oneself. So that's that. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about, and Karen, should I just go right into it, or do you have another question or so?
Let's see. Yeah, I like to talk a little bit more about the vote kindness. I think that that's something that would really be, so just go into that hashtag, you can get more information, and is there a website that?
There is. Okay. There is, yeah. So either hashtag vote kindness, or I don't know if it's hashtag votekindness.org, but you certainly can Google it. And it's just starting, and every other week there is a Zoom call where everyone is going into different Zoom rooms and introducing themselves and talking about what they're doing and how to collaborate. And just last week we were talking about the colleges that age kid really need to remember to vote. And so hashtag vote kindness on college campuses is a really great thing. And we still have time. You know, it's around the corner, but we do still have time.
Oh, but we have got to vote kindness. We have got to vote kindness.
Yes.
You know, please, everyone who's watching this, anybody who has everybody who's watching this, you have social media. Do you remember what I talked about? I've talked about this for years, is sacred social media. Sacred social media is using your social media for a greater good. So this is a great opportunity for everyone who's watching this, whether you're watching live or on the replay. We can get involved to vote kindness. So I think that this is going to be an initiative that I really want to get behind. So if you want to send me any information, I'll try to get it onto some of our other platforms for Compassion Games and We the World, and you know, all the wonderful, of course, Spirituality Gone Wild now. We have a membership now. Spirituality Gone Wild has a membership that people can check out and be a part of and be much more involved with the behind the scenes of what it takes to run these shows. And thank you, Steve Weber, for being here from Pennsylvania. We're so grateful that you're here. Steve is one of our hosts, our morning show host. He has American Gumption, which is he was played the role of Forrest Gump on the bench outside of Bubba Gump Shrimp. And in that time, he met millions of people, and his point of life is to have us have conversations of kindness, compassion, bringing more and more understanding. And every morning he has incredible guests every morning at 7 a.m. And that's here on Spirituality Gone Wild. We also have the amazing Debbie G, who every morning has a cup of grata. She is Debbie Gratitude. I'm Karen Kindness. And so we are really bringing in tons of new hosts and tons of incredible guests, like Wendi here. I hope that Wendi will be a regular guest for me, because I love testing the temperature of kindness and sharing out how we can get involved. So would you go into a little bit about that, how people can get involved, the best way people can get involved, because that's what this is all about. Why I do this show is to inspire, inform, and involve our guests and our audience, so that we are not having a monologue here between you and I, but we are having a dialogue. So people can type into the chat right now anything that they feel that can be of a service or help, because we're all in this together, and we all need to be more kind. We need to be more understanding of each other. And we also need to realize that every single person makes a difference. You're either helping or hurting the situation. So add to the love and the light, and stop adding to the illusion of the separation, because we're all in this together. So I'll let you
Yeah,
go on that on that.
thank
That's
you. Thank you.
yeah.
I mean, in terms of involvement, and there's so much, and again, on those 160 folks that are on the Kindness Evolution website, they're all having wonderful initiatives and to jump right in. And I think there's a piece that is our communication. And I want to tell you a little bit about a gentleman named Michael Alasso. And he is a #1 corporate communications expert. He's a self-awareness specialist. He's a #1 Vistage speaker. So he goes to corporations and he talks about heightening your communication excellence and your impact. But one of the things that is his core foundation is people should be better off having spent time with you. What he talks about is TSP, truthful, specific, positive feedback. And so, Karen, when we talk about what are all the things that we can do to get involved, and certainly all of our actions, they make a difference. And communication is one place where we really can make a difference no matter what. And what Michael says is nail someone for their excellence. Be looking out for people's excellences all the time and call them on it. He says, call people by name, that really honors and acknowledges people. This is one of his cores. He said, God, please do not let me croak before I've used up all of my gifts. Okay, on the screen. So here's the other thing. Michael Alasso was my 8th grade drama teacher. So you can see me right there with Michael Alasso. And he is one of the 2 most influential people in my life. And the reason he is because of TSP. So imagine being in 8th grade and being called out for your excellence. Imagine being in 8th grade. This is what he would do. So before every opening night of a show, he would write truthful, specific, positive feedback about every single person in the cast and crew. And you would walk into your dressing room and there would be one of these with a carnation. So before you went on stage, you were inspired by all of the wonderful feedback that he gave. And I saved every single one. So here we are 42 years later. And here is all the TSP, the truthful, specific, positive feedback that Michael Alasso gave to me as an 8th grader that really laid the foundation for my self-confidence, my ability to communicate, my ability to trust myself, my ability to be bold. When we were in 7th and 8th grade, he was pushing us to be as excellent and as bold as we could be. And now he's using TSP with his corporate clients. And what he's saying is, you have meetings, make sure you call out your associates, call them out for what they've done great. Start out your meetings acknowledging someone for something that they've done really well. So I just wanted to introduce you all to Michael Alasso. He actually is giving a complimentary event tomorrow, Tuesday, September 22nd, 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 4 o'clock East Coast time. And you can go to michaelalasso.com and click the register. In all transparency, we just hit 1,000 and our Zoom room only holds 1,000, but I think there's going to be plenty of no-shows. So, I mean, they're lost, but so please do register, and we're hoping for the full 1,000. So please do register, and you'll come on, and not only will you be entertained, I mean, he's just an amazing guy, but he'll be able to model TSP for you, and you'll get a sense. And then the main thing is that he's also giving tips and tools for how to heighten your Zoom presence, how to be more engaged, how to have more presence. So I'm super excited just to invite and to introduce you all to Michael Alasso. And it's Michael, ALLOSSO, michaelalasso.com. Thank you, Karen. You were so kind to allow me to introduce everyone to TSP.
Oh, I love it. I think it's so awesome. I think, honestly, I think it's like every school needs that. Every single child in the world needs that right now. So, and of course, corporate, and now he's taken that, you know, that's wonderful. It's so, like I said, I told everybody, I knew you would be so inspiring for today. I knew there would be so much inspiration. And the thing is that when we take this time together, And I'm going to set our intention right now. I'd like us to just bring our hands to our heart as we close the show and just slow down your breath. And as you allow this moment, just think about slowing down the breath and feeling your heart beating and how grateful you are to be alive. How grateful you are to be able to be kind. And think of a time when somebody cared for you when you were not able to care for yourself. And hold that vision, hold that feeling, and allow yourself to just really drink it in. The wonder of our oneness and how connected we all are. How deeply, deeply our hearts beat with kindness and compassion, especially when we're challenged. And hold that vision for vote kindness and get involved however you feel inspired to. Think of a kinder world with kindness leaders, with world kindness leaders, with local government kindness leaders, with your local organizations focused on kindness in their business, integrity and intention in the way that they live. Hold that vision for our world and think about, how can I bring more caring, more kindness, and more compassion to somebody the way that somebody was there for me when I couldn't do it for myself. And feel that gratitude welling up almost to the point that you want to cry. It feels so good to know that somebody was there for you when you needed somebody the most. And allow that to be the way that you ripple your kindness, your compassion, and your love out into the world. And feel it. Just go out. Open your eyes and feel it in every cell, every tissue, every molecule of your body, so that every moment of every day, you're tuning in to your heart and you're thinking about, how can I be more kind? Remembering when you had somebody be kind to you and cared for you when you couldn't do it for yourself. I'd love for you to share just a little bit about your 8th grade, that experience. And what was it that really kept you in touch with this man?
Yeah, from the very beginning, he just made such a difference at such an impressionable age.
Yeah.
Where people are deciding their own sense of worth or sense of value. And theater was something that I just loved. And I had someone there who really supported and inspired me to be so much bigger and better than I even could imagine. So I think, in relation to what you were just saying too, which is, who are the people that have held you and a bigger vision of yourself, and to be really grateful for those people. So it's not even something that they maybe physically did, or they brought you something, but for people that believe in you and hold the vision of you to be your most excellent self. And then you live into it. And Michael was that for me, and I've never forgotten it. And he lives in my heart and soul. And the fact that I was able to create his whole digital presence for him when COVID hit, because he never had to ever market himself. He traveled 225 days a year and loves traveling, loves people. And when COVID hit, he realized that he needed to be able to reach people digitally. And luckily, because of my branding and marketing skills, I jumped in and created his whole presence from scratch, his website and his platforms, and really with such a commitment to get his message out there. And I'll tell you, in love that's real, intentional love, I poured it into that website. I mean, I adore this guy. And you can tell because I just give everything that I have to him and to get it out into the world. And so I think that you can really feel the love and connection that I have for him. And it's because of his philosophy of life to make people better off having spent time with you. They all will be better off having spent time.
That was one of my favorite quotes that Maya Angelou said. People will forget what you said, they'll forget what you did, but they'll never forget how they made you feel. Yeah. And that was like one of the biggest parts of why I really wanted to bring these kindness programs to the schools in a big way. And we have an incredible opportunity here, everybody, to go to Michael Alasso and to be a part of this this movement, to have that in our lives. So I encourage people to visit KindnessEvolution.org, check out all the incredible initiatives, the amazing, wonderful resources, the incredible ways that you can get involved. You're going to see that this is one of the most incredible websites that is just chocked full of all types of research, all types of resources. And if you don't think there's kindness happening in the world, you can spend a day reading all of the amazing research that has been found, and you'll feel so uplifted. It's like, and what I experienced with Wendi in our time together was something I've never experienced at any conference before in my life. There was no hierarchy. There were no keynote speakers. There was nobody better. There was nobody not so great. Everyone was completely on the same playing field. This is the world that I have envisioned and seen in my, in my meditations, in my the activations that I've felt from the angels. This is something that I've seen before in my own visions, but I'd never seen manifested in the world. And you had these amazing people that were just uplifting everyone. So everyone had little sticky notes and everyone was on the same level. People who started an organization and people who were working for an organization, everybody was the same. And everybody was treated with dignity and respect and equality. And that is what my whole sense of being now is for the next 50 years that I live, as the next 50 or 60 or however many years I live, I am going to focus on helping to co-create a world like you have done and seen and envisioned, that where there is equality and respect and dignity for all. And I just want to really, really acknowledge you, Wendi, because you did something in that weekend that I know every person that I've kept in touch with, almost everybody. I mean, we stayed together, like 30 of us who are kindness leaders in the United States. We are all very close and we have all excelled because of your vision.
Yes, thank you.
So thank you for thank you for allowing that vision to come through you. I know that was a lot of work. I know that was a lot of work. She had Uber. She got Uber involved. She got, we all got Uber cards so that we could get picked up from the airport. She had the most delicious dinners that were so much love, and so many incredible conscious business owners inviting us in, showing kindness in ways that I had never seen. Like, I'm just so grateful for you. And then Wendi reached out to me when she was knowing that she wasn't going to be as much of a presence online, and asked me to help her with her social media. I was so honored and humbled to be asked to do that for you, and to be a part of this initiative when we brought bully prevention to the schools. It was huge. It was so welcomed, and then you brought me in again for the Camp Kindness Day, and then we expanded it to Camp Kindness Week. And we've been able to do so many incredible projects together. And, a lot of times in life, we don't get the opportunity to really say thank you and really give this moment of gratitude in a way that is so beyond words for me, so beyond words. I can't even begin to express how grateful I am for you. And I know that I speak for all 30 of the people and all the children, all the kid leaders too. And I've stayed in touch with all of them too, because they're so inspirational, and they're doing such beautiful, beautiful work continuing. And that was from your vision, Wendi.
We should have a whole show on just those youth leaders.
Yes, so definitely.
Yes.
All right. Let's do that for sure. Let's plan that for next month. Well, it's October, so let's plan that for next month for sure. Would you consider being a guest for me once a month to share? Yeah. Okay. Awesome. And I want to just give a big shout out to Spirituality Gone Wild. We are loading up our membership. We are welcoming in our beautiful, where everyone belongs, the web of love. That's Spirituality Gone Wild, is the web of love where everyone belongs, and everyone does belong in Spirituality Gone Wild. Everyone is welcome. And we are inviting you to join the VIP membership for only $14 a month. And that's the early bird special. You'll be grandmothered in, and you will be able to have that opportunity. You're going to be able to work with us. You're going to be able to get a complete archive of incredible videos of so much tutorials and trainings and how we did it, all the behind the scenes, how we have grown a network to over 1.9 million people who are viewing our product. Let's bring Debbie G in. I love to just no, she says no, not right now. All right, so we're not going to do that. We're going to close out here. I just want to thank Debbie G for being behind the scenes as the absolute beautiful cross-pollinating bee. We are the queen bees of cross-pollination, Debbie G and I. We love easy peasy lemon squeezy, live streaming, and branding. If you want to learn how to have easy live streaming, learn how to use technology with fun and flair, and have the most wonderful audiences that you could possibly have, the most engaged, ideal audiences, we have already done all the work for you. So just join the membership. The link is in the chat. You can get right into that VIP link in the chat. That's going to take you directly into being a member. And again, I just want to thank you all so much for being a part of our Spirituality Gone Wild family. Wendi has been right from the get-go, you know, she has been, we have been cross-pollinating and cross-promoting each other, and to support one another, and to have that experience of really, really having kindness in your social media. Like, Wendi does not put anything but kindness in her social media. She doesn't take any political views. She stays very neutral to everything, and she really, really inspires intentional kindness. KindnessEvolution.org. Yes. KindnessEvolution.org. Please like the page on Facebook. Go to The Kindness Evolution on Facebook, right?
Yes, The Kindness Evolution.
You'll go to The Kindness Evolution on Facebook and like the page, and please share it out with your friends. And if you are a mom or a dad or a teacher or a counselor, go and check out all the resources, because there is so much wonderful, wonderful resources. I took a lot of those resources into our local school and saw an incredible change in a year-long program that I put together with the combination of some of the work that Wendi has and some of the stuff that I'm a singer and songwriter. So I took a lot of the stuff and put it to music, and made musical coloring books from that, and took the resources and really ran with those. And so I highly recommend everyone get involved with Kindness Evolution. If you are a kindness organization, reach out to Wendi and see how you can cross promote each other. And what would you like to say in closing, Wendi?
Oh, well, one thing is to go to, on Facebook, to go to Michael Alasso page.
Okay.
It's called You on Your Best Day with Michael Alasso. And please do like that page. And I post every day in terms of communication excellence and also being kind in your words, the truthful, specific, positive feedback. So that's You on Your Best Day with Michael Alasso.
Awesome.
And I think just during these times, I think communication is just one way that we can really be kind, if we be intentional with our words and wake up every day of how can I look at people and I want to shout them out for their excellence. How can I shout people out for their excellence? So I think if we can do that, our day today, our day tomorrow will be kinder.
Absolutely. Remember, guys, it's growing and growing the more we speak. Kindness, compassion, it's at its peak. I challenge you. You challenge me. We are one global family. There's unity in all we seek. So spread this wide and find a way. Do something kind every day. So you've been inspired. Take this broadcast and share it out. Share it to your groups. Share it to all of the pages that you may manage, and let people know. I also wanted to give a shout out to Kokori App, because Kokori App is another organization that I am a public relations coordinator for. This is an app for children to be able to receive experiential education, which is an opportunity for you to play and have fun. Let me just share that out real quick. Here, it's an opportunity to play and reflect and connect and grow. So you play, the students engage in direct experience. You reflect, the students participate in intentional reflection. You connect, students make real world connections, and you grow. Students internalize and apply learning. So I have, on that app, I have a wonderful Kindness Changes Everything experience for you to do with your children, to do with the teachers, to do with counselors. So I'm going to invite you to visit Kokori app. I'll put that into the chat real quick. And it's kokoriapp.com. And please go check it out. There's so many opportunities to get this app and to have a lifetime membership for this. There are more and more and more beautiful activities being added daily to this wonderful app. And I just want to give a big shout out to Kendra and Bryn, who were the visionaries, two beautiful women who also had a vision, just like Wendi had that vision, to bring a kindness conference, to bring together people who are living in the world of kindness and sharing their essence of kindness with their social media, with their platforms. And now we have this Kokori app that you can go to and learn how you can have more, learning abilities while we are social distancing and having to I like physical distancing. It's not social distancing, it's physical distancing, because we can still be very social. And these apps give you lots and lots of activities to do with your children to really connect and reflect and play together and grow together. So thank you so much. Thank you, Debbie G, for being behind the scenes, making everything magical and popping up everything when it needed to pop up. Please, everybody, check out our wonderful membership. We are so excited to let you in behind the scenes and to really, really expand your reach and help you to get your message out into the world and help you to really believe in yourself with incredible, beautiful workshops that we're going to offer. Awesome online courses. Do it yourself. All do it yourself, and you'll also have us hand-holding with you to really support you. So again, Spirituality Gone Wild is the web of love. It's where everyone belongs. So if you feel that maybe you haven't found a place that you feel you really do belong, check out Spirituality Gone Wild and see how we can welcome you with open arms and a heart that is wide open to show you care, to show your brilliance, and to show your magnificence in the world. We love you. We're so grateful for you. Thank you again for being part of our Spirituality Gone Wild family. Thank you for everyone who's commented, and thank you to Wendi Gilbert, founder of KindnessEvolution, for having the vision to spread kindness in a way that really, really shows us how important and powerful kindness really is. And let's all check out Vote Kindness and see how we can get involved with that, see how we can expand that message and amplify. Vote Kindness, hashtag Vote Kindness. Let's find out more about that. I'll be doing what I can to find out more about it, and I'll share it on all of our platforms. Love you. Thank you. Remember to answer that question every moment. What else is possible? It's so powerful when you ask that question. What else is possible? And thank you, dear, sweet, amazing Barbara Marx Hubbard, for giving me the vision to carry on your legacy and to bring this show out into the world in a way that we can really continue the legacy of kindness and peace. Thank you, everybody, again. Bye.